Bonita Bay Club members. EJ McDonnel, your Director of Golf, here once again with Hal Akins, our Director of Golf Course Operations. Cypress Update number 3. There's been a lot of progress out on these golf courses, on this golf course since our last video. Today we're actually going to do a flyover of all 18 holes. We'll make some comments. We're going to try to keep it down to a regular length here and not try to go too long on it, but there's some really interesting stuff out there. Hal, incredible progress, even just from when I was out here Saturday, what the guys did Saturday afternoon and Monday and Tuesday, really starting to shape up now.
Yeah, good morning, EJ. Good morning, everybody. We have really made a lot of progress over the last month. We were just talking about that before we started this. I would say we're at full steam right now. I mean, we're at full force. We're probably running about 75 to 80 men a day out here. We've got about half the holes irrigated. We've shaped out 1 through 9 green complexes, plus 10, 11, 12, 16, all of those. So we still have several green complexes to go, but we've got most of them shaped and actually built, and we're putting in the greens mix. Most of the tee complexes, we foresee maybe 4 or 5 left tee complexes to shape. As you were saying, we finished this lake 2 weeks ago, and now the guys are putting in the wall that's going to separate 1 tee from 10 tees there, and then you'll have the putting green perched up on the top of the wall between the clubhouse and the lake. So that's going to be a pretty dramatic start for everybody.
Yeah, the scope of work, when you talk about how many workers are out here, just on Saturday when I was going around, and we'll get out there later in the video on hole 15 and 16, I was able to go down hole 15, and about 2 hours later, I wasn't able to go down 15 because of all the work that had been done, all the ruts that were going in from putting the fill in and everything like that. And, Mr. Fazio was just out 2 days ago.
Yes,
Want to give a brief update on what he thought about his section?
Yeah, he was out. He came out and he was very pleased with the work that Glaze Golf and Mr. Marzoff are doing out here. He did make a few tweaks to each one of the holes. He sent us a list of notes the next day, comments that he made on each hole, but generally speaking, he was really pleased with what he saw. So that was positive for sure.
Great. Well, hey, you know what? Let's take off. Let's grab the drone and let's fly all 18 of these holes. All right, Hal, here we are. We're going to take off right over number 1. You can see the lake right there where we just had the guys behind us working.
I think this is going to be a really neat start to the golf course. I mean, you're going to have these tees bordering both sides of the lake, and you'll have the wall going around this side of the lake, and then the putting green will be actually perched up there between the 2 tee complexes on the wall itself. So it's going to be a pretty dramatic start, I believe.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. On the left side of the screen here, you can kind of see that waterway that meanders down in between holes 1 and 10 here.
Yeah, we've dubbed that the Lazy River. We're going to rent inner tubes during season.
So as we can see, the fairway bunker shaped out there, pushed way down the fairway. And as we approach the green, you can see that you got the gravel mix in that green.
What people are going to notice is that we have quite a few less bunkers now, but the fairway bunkers are strategically positioned out there, to make you think about your shots more.
So you got the green complex. In the previous videos we've shown where the irrigation is there in the surrounds where that champion grass is going to come out of the green.
Yeah.
So that's a really good look there at how much drainage goes in around those areas.
Yeah, you see the gray portion is obviously the green, and then the outer portion in front and to the right there that has the drainage in it, that's what we're going to be the surround, and it's also going to be champion turf as well, which is the same turf that's on the green surface. What people are going to notice about these green complexes, they're very big. I mean, huge green complexes, and each green is going to be surrounded by these catchment areas. So even if you miss the green, you're liable to end up in one of these catchments and have a pretty decent shot back to the green.
Yeah, pretty cool look there. Let's head over number 2.
This hole's really shaping up well. This is going to be a really good looking golf hole. Again, you got the surround down the left side of the green there, and then you got a nice bunker right there in the front right. And this green kind of reaches around back right behind that bunker. This is going to be a really good golf hole when we're done here. Much big improvement over what was here before.
Yeah, that's a really cool green and entire green complex there. Bunker's a little bit smaller than it had been previously.
See, we budgeted for about 125,000 square foot of green space. We also budgeted for about 170,000 square foot of surround area. So there's going to be quite a bit more surround area than green space. So these surround areas are going to be huge areas.
Okay, as we approach number 3, the lake there has been expanded. You can see they're taking care of that lake bank. Looks like they're pretty well done right there.
Yeah, we used, obviously we used the soil out of there as fill, but I think the expansion actually made the lake more a part of the golf hole as well. What you can't really see there is there's going to be a waste area, a beach bunker kind of waste area at the edge of the lake right before the fairway starts here.
You can see a little bit of that ridge line from
yeah,
above.
you could kind of see it shaped out in there. The other thing you'll notice is this fairway bunker that was on the right side here has been moved down now a little bit further so that it's, you know, more in play, that you're going to have to take it more into account. Before, people just bomb it right over that bunker, and it really didn't have any impact on the golf hole.
Well, I think some of our short hitters might disagree with you. They like it a little bit further down the fairway. So this green looks like it's shifted a little bit to the right, similar shape to as before. The big oak tree that was there before is gone. Couldn't grow any grass there, and if we left that tree there, that green would have had to stay tight to the left side.
This is one of the places where we had some encroachment issues into the conservation easement, and so he slid this green to the right out away from the wooded area there. He eliminated the bunker that was on the left side there, and he put a catchment on the right side. So I think what he did with this green complex is just much, much better than what we had here before.
Yeah, it came down a little bit too, so I'm really excited to see this green complex when it's done. It's going to have a lot of unique characters to it.
This green is kind of long and narrow. It's a very long green, but it's very narrow. So I mean, if you're going to go for this thing, you're going to have to be pretty accurate.
All right, coming up on the 4th tee here, I'm really excited to get toward the ends of this hole.
We're getting into the good stuff now.
We know what, you can kind of see it in the picture there, but kind of, there's all the tee boxes. There's that ridge on the left that we talked about that's going to have some waste material, kind of a little bit of a beach look to it.
Well, this hole's completely shaped out. All the irrigation's in it, all the drainage is in it. Green complex is completely built, just waiting for the greens mix to be installed.
You can see the big fairway bunker there that will only challenge the longest of hitters. And then as we come around, you can see the retaining wall in there, and you can see the gravel blanket in that green. So what's really cool about this green, I think, is that we have so many areas where we've had these retaining walls and the greens go right up to them.
Yep.
Because we have quite a bit of room between the water and the green. I really like that.
Yeah, there's a functional reason for that as well. The wall is only so tall, but we couldn't put the green at the height of the wall without having an extra cost involved. And so architecturally, he thought it would be a good idea to leave the wall down and then put the bunker in between the wall and the green, and have the bunker kind of rise the green up above the wall. So you get your extra height that you need for your green to drain properly by putting that bunker in there and it sweeping up to the green surface.
Yeah, that's a really great look. And we're just going to head straight up over to number 5 now. And this is kind of what I was excited about. What's that green stuff there, Hal?
Well, this is when it gets fun, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we got some grass on the ground. We started sodding this week, and we've got the tee complexes on 5 and 6 almost completely sodded now. We're still working on 6 today. What you'll also notice is that the 5 green complex, that all the greens mix is in place in the greens well and in the surround around the green as well. So we're getting really close on. We still need to build the bunkers and then sod the rest of the green complex, and this golf hole will almost be done and ready to sprig the green and the tee tops. So we'll sod all of this except for the tee tops and the greens surround and greens top.
Yeah, so when we look at this picture of the green on number 5, all of that is not green. The greens mix spills out of the front. You can see that slope there, kind of what looks like the center of the green. That's actually the front right of the green, and then it spills down into that chipping area.
Yeah, once you put the greens mix in, it's kind of hard to tell where the green ends and the surround starts, isn't it?
All right, Hal, we're going to take off over 6 here. As you'd mentioned on hole 5, that the tee boxes, the surrounding areas have been sodded. Once again, looks good. Almost looks like a desert golf course in the winter.
Yes, you'll see there's a large waste area down the right side here as well, if you can see it there, which it sits down real low, so it's going to have that fairway perched up. It's going to be kind of a neat contrast between fairway and this waste area running down the right side. The other thing you'll see here is in the middle there, where they're actually installing the bunker liner in this fairway bunker. So that's kind of the next step. You know, we got to get these bunkers built, you know, and then once we've got the bunkers built, then we'll start sodding around these bunkers to keep the integrity of all the mounting and stuff that are framing these bunkers.
Yeah, that's definitely something we're going to highlight in a future video, is how they build these bunkers with the new liner in there.
Yep, and you can see now they're also installing the greens mix in the greens well and the surround area there.
Yeah, that's a great time. You can see the contrast between the gravel blanket and the greens mix.
Look how large this surround area is around this green.
It's incredible. I mean, all that area that you can see that has the drainage in it, that's all a chipping area, low cut.
Tight. Not greens height, but very, very similar to greens height.
Like I mentioned before, it's probably going to be just as fast as the greens I grew up playing back in Iowa.
Yep, and we're still talking about whether or not we'll mow them at greens height. We don't know yet what that's going to be quite like.
We'll go ahead and just jump right up over the trees and head down number 7 here. So once again, you can see the tee box is all shaped out.
Yep, I think when we were looking at this last time, there wasn't much done here at all. But yeah, we've pretty much got this golf hole all shaped out, all the irrigations in this golf hole. They are still putting drainage in this hole, but this green complex and surround area, that's been built for, gosh, 4 weeks now, I bet. But you can see all the drainage around that catch basin that you're going by there on the left side.
They started shaping out that fairway bunker there. I think that's going to shift a little bit, isn't it?
No, I don't. It shouldn't. All the irrigation's in place, so it's kind of hard to change them too much. You will notice when we go down 9, I'll show you one that we're going to make a little bit smaller, but
and once you see all the drainage that's in that darker soil, that obviously we're not going to bring out the greens mix that far, but you can see how much drainage is in there. It's just the infrastructure of this golf course is just mind-boggling when I look at it.
Yeah, he made a comment yesterday. He thinks this is the most drainage he's put in any golf course in Florida that he's built.
Taking off down number 8, you can see they're doing some work down there. Tee box is shaped in.
Yeah, they're doing some drainage work. We're putting in a lot of drainage out here, so I think we're going to really improve the wet conditions out here on this course.
Yeah, and this is one of the holes that had a lot of really bad soil. I think everybody remembers how wet this hole always was.
I think we're going to have it, when it's all said and done, there'll be 41 catch basins on number 8.
Wow.
Is what I heard. So that's a lot.
So there's the big fairway bunker on the right side there, but then as we move down the fairway, you can see some smaller fairway bunkers that are strategically placed, you know, there on the left side and then on the right side. So there's going to have to be a little bit of a thought process when you're laying up there with your second shot.
Yeah, you know, you had that one huge greenside bunker on the left front corner before. Now that bunker that was another Fazio tweak. Hey, he actually took the bunker that Mr. Marzoff had shaped in there and actually shrunk it down because he didn't want to have very long greenside bunker shots, you know, so he's actually probably cut that bunker by a third.
I think all of us golfers appreciate that. Nobody likes a long greenside bunker shot at all. So that green kind of sits in there. You can't see it great from here, but you know, that retaining wall that's right behind that green, you know, once again supporting that lake bank.
Another long narrow green, but with a huge surround area down the right side of it.
Yeah, that whole area where you can see the drainage in there in the soil with the lighter lines through it, that's all going to be cut down, not to green height, but really short.
It'll be tight, yes.
It's going to be tight. All right. Well, right here, let's go ahead and zip right down number 9. Okay, well, I think that's the second time in 3 videos we've had technical difficulties here on number 9. So let's try this again as we come over these tee boxes. 7 tee boxes in total on this hole. That lake bank looks really good and nice and restored there.
Yeah. One of the tweaks that Mr. Fazio made when he was here is this fairway bunker on the left side. He felt like it protruded a little bit too far out into the middle of the fairway, so he had him cut like about, I don't know, maybe a quarter of the right side of that left fairway bunker, cut it off, so it opened the middle of the fairway up a little bit more.
Yeah, and then you can see that second fairway bunker on the far right side there. So a lot of room there now since that's been reshaped. That looks a lot better. And that green, the 9th green, has come down quite a bit from where it was. It's got some really cool character in it though as well. A lot of surround area there. You can see the drainage. Huge
area around this green. Yeah, this is a neat looking green. It's got a lot of character, doesn't it?
Yeah, pretty cool. Pretty good way to finish the front 9. As we know, with Nassau, there's a lot of presses and bets going on, so the green has some good interest in it, and the surrounds are really cool.
It's got a good pin placement there on the back right.
Yeah, we'll try not to use that every day. All right, let's jump over number 10. All right, so as we come down hole 10 here, you can really see the new Hal's Lazy River on the right side. You know, when we were coming down 1, the trees kind of blocked it out, but you can really see it now when we come down number 10.
That kind of took a dead space and gave it some meaning and identity, you know. I mean, now you're going to have that little body of water that runs down between the holes, and he's going to actually have a beach that runs down both sides of the water body. It's going to be a really neat look. We haven't got a lot done there in the fairway, but we still had to add some dirt down the left side there. But this green complex is completely shaped out, and it turned out really well, I think, don't you?
Yeah, I like the way it looks and how it just kind of sits in there. And it's you know, right now when we're just looking at the gravel blanket kind of with dirt around it, it doesn't look anything like it's going to once you get it grassed and everything's completed. It's going to have a lot of character. You can actually see a little bit of a ridge, kind of like the original 10th green had there on in the middle right. So you know, a lot of changes, but still a lot of the same characters that the golf course used to have.
Yep.
Okay, we're gonna make our way over the trees here, over to number 11.
Well, this hole's been shaped out for quite a while, but what you'll notice is a little bit different about it is that they have the greens mix in the greens well now. So that's kind of the last step of building the golf hole before we build the bunkers and then sod. So the next thing that'll happen here is they'll build the bunkers. They'll put the bunker liner in there, fill the bunkers up, and then we'll sod this whole. We'll sod all of the par 3s in entirety except for the tee tops and the green surfaces.
Very cool. So those, once they bring those truckloads of sod in, it's going to look like a golf hole so fast. It's going to be really cool.
One day it'll look like dirt. The next day it'll look like grass.
All right, so while we're right here, I'm just going to go ahead and take us right on down number 12. You can see the tee boxes there on the left part of the screen.
Yeah, this is still a work in progress, but they are coming along with this fairway now. We had to bring a lot of dirt in here. We just finished moving the dirt in here, I believe, yesterday afternoon, and so now they're shaping it out. They do have the green complex shaped here, and that he tweaked that a little. That was one of the tweaks he made down the right side of that green. He's going to add a bunker kind of back right. There's a ridge back there, a mound on the right side of this green that he wants to add a bunker. Fazio did.
Yeah, so kind of just a lot of really raised that fairway up.
Yes,
really cool.
That fairway came up a lot.
Yeah, so still quite a bit of work to do there, but you know, it's kind of cool to see the holes that have progressed so much while the other ones are still I don't want to say bland, but still work in progress.
Well, we're almost touching all the holes now. I mean, we are almost done on the front 9, and we're working mostly on the back at this point.
Okay, so here on hole 13, not a whole lot of shaping or anything going along, but see all the trees that were cleared out on the right-hand side there, and it looks, are we putting in a little bit of waste area up that right?
No, what we're going to do is we're going to build a lake there. We're going to dig a lake there, and we're going to use that field, not so much here on 13, but probably more on 14 and 15, and probably back there on 10 and 18 as well.
See, they've brought some fill from other areas.
Yeah, we brought that from over from 6 and 7. Yeah, not a lot happened here. I mean, the green has been demoed. We've stacked a little dirt in here. We cleared out the right side for the lake. This is one of the next lakes they're going to dig. So probably within the next 2 weeks, this lake will be dug, and we'll actually be moving dirt from here over to where it belongs.
Okay.
Same thing on 14. Not a lot has happened here other than the demo work and the clearing. You can see the guy over there grinding up the organic material that was cleared down the left side. That was cleared more for just to kind of open it up and get some sunlight into this hole. This hole suffered a lot from shade. I think there will be a waste area that ends up going down this left side where we cleared.
Yeah, a lot more air movement and a lot more sun on the turf there. I'm sure that we're going to need quite a bit of fill. This had a lot of bad soil on it and a lot of wet areas as well.
Yeah, this green is going to actually have to move forward just a little bit because of how close it is to the proximity of the conservation easement there. You can see the silt fence there and how tight it is to the green.
Yeah, it's actually, some of the cart path is in the area.
Yeah, we're gonna have to move some cart path out of the conservation easement as well there.
All right, cool. Let's move over to 15. Some really cool stuff happening there. Okay, Hal, as we come in here on 15, I'm gonna try to come down pretty low so we can see how much fill is ready to be spread out on this hole. That came from that lake that you can see in the top center of the screen. There was a lake back there that you couldn't really see before. It was kind of hidden back there, and that's been expanded out and some trees removed. As we come in, as we approach this fairway area, just to see the amount of soil that is stacked up here. I mean, it's just, I don't know the height of it, but right now we're at about 70 feet in the air, and we're not too far above those piles.
No, there's going to a lot of fill going to be put on this hole right here, and on 16 and around 16 complex. A lot of this fill is going to go over there where the green's going to be there to build the green complex. So that's why we needed that lake. That lake is going to be really cool to look at once it's all finished off and all the aquatic plantings around it have matured. You'll look right down into the heart of that lake. It's a beautiful view from the cart path as it goes by.
With Tyler on Saturday, and we came around the corner, and he of course knows the golf holes out here just as well as anybody. He said if you came out here and dropped me off blindfolded, I wouldn't know where I was.
No.
With all the mountains of dirt and everything, and looking across the lake here where that green's gonna set in, and you can see right down 16.
Well, yeah, if you remember, you had a grove of palm trees between the green complex on 15 and the T complex on 16. Now it's completely open and they're both connected. It'll be just one big band of grass through here. You can actually, when you're standing in the middle of the fairway on 15, you can almost see the green on 16.
Yeah, we're just coming over the middle of the lake, headed down 16. You can see where the tee boxes used to be there. Coming over that conservation area.
Yeah, we're going to add a tee back there in the back on 16. I mean, we got the space back there. It's going to make this par 3 really long for the championship tee. He's got this green complex shaped out there on 16, and Mr. Fazio tweaked it just a little bit yesterday.
Yeah, you can kind of see it there. Let me just try to scroll in a little bit. Yep, you can see the outline of where the green's going to go, and front right bunker in there.
Yeah, the mounding on the left side of the green is pretty radical. It's going to be really cool when it's all said and done. I mean, those rolls are very extreme.
Yeah, that's something you're really going to be able to see once you start sodding around. Okay, Hal, we're coming in high above 17 here, where we can see all where that water's accumulated on the left side there.
Yeah, you can see where we cleared down the left side of this golf hole. The tee complex is going to shift from the right side of the hole to the left side of the hole. And right there where that excavator is, there's going to be a big lake right here in this corner here that's going to border the fairway and the tee complex. And actually the championship tee will play over that body of water. I think it's going to make a big difference in the golf hole. It's going to be a neat golf hole when it's all said and done. Not much happening at the green complex there.
Yeah, there's just a bunch of mounds of dirt there. So let's head over to 18 and finish this up. All right, let's bring it home here on number 18.
Not much going on here. We got to dig a lake on 17 where we're going to get most of the dirt that we're going to stack in there to build that golf hole. So we don't have a lot there, but you'll notice down by the green we have installed the wall around the green complex there, which is going to be a really nice look from the clubhouse, I think.
Yeah, basically the 18th fairway is a haul road, as you can tell from above here. So they come in down there, it looks like they're starting to fill into that wall and maybe starting to shape that green.
Yeah, they're probably trying to backfill the wall and kind of get it ready to shape the green. I think he is working on it a little bit, isn't he?
Yeah. So that's going to be a really nice dramatic finish when that's done, with that green setting right up against that lake. And of course the retaining wall is going to, you know, be there for years, and we won't have that erosion of those lake banks that we've seen over.
There'll be a bunker between that green and the wall that you're looking into from the back of the clubhouse.
All right, very cool. I'm looking forward to seeing this hole really shape out here in the near future. Okay, well, we decided to come to our closing piece out here on 15 for when we showed you that hole. We were talking about the size of the mounds of the fill that's going out here, just to kind of put it to scale. It's really cool driving through here. It almost feels like you're in the dunes out
in a valley
or something. Yeah. So, Hal, I think, you know, as you mentioned when we were off camera, you're really pleased with the progress so far. You feel like it's going about as smooth as it could. You also just mentioned that we've never thought about wearing sleeves or jackets, and we did.
I wish I'd have worn my jacket this morning.
Yeah, so it's nice not to be out here sweating. Anything else for our members? Anything that you want to talk about the project?
No, I think it's going well. I mean, we're in full stride right now. I mean, we're at full force. I mean, we're pretty much touching every golf hole now. So we've made a lot of progress since the last video, as everybody can see. So I mean, I don't expect anything different over the next few months. So I think we're in good shape right now.
Yeah, I think our next video maybe we'll highlight some of the bunker construction, show some of the areas being grassed.
Yep.
Because as a golfer, I know I always want to see that green grass, and really that to me means we're getting some stuff done.
But by the time we do the next video, we may have sprigged a hole or two. We'll see.
Okay.
We certainly will have sodded a lot more.
Yep.
So yeah, it's starting to move now. So I'm pretty pleased.
All right. Well, Merry Christmas to everybody, and Happy New Year.
Yep, Merry Christmas, and you guys take care.